our presentation from Howest University of Applied Sciences. And welcome, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
And you are free to begin your presentation.
Okay, wonderful. So it's very nice to welcome any students from Stout who would like to come to Howest University of Applied Sciences in Kortrijk and Bruges, Belgium. In this session, I have with me Amelie Beze, who is a Howest student who is currently studying at Stout, and she's in the product design study program, which she also obviously follows at Howest. So after this presentation, at any time you can feel free to contact her, and she would gladly inform you about all that Howest has to offer. So thank you for listening. I will share my screen now, and if we have technical difficulties, don't panic. I think we're all used to that. So let's see. One moment. Wait, I'm going to stop presenting, and I'm going to do it again with sound. Okay, I think you can see it. If not, please let me know. So, as you know, I represent Howest University of Applied Sciences, and I hope we will be part of your future. In this photo here, you can see a very happy local Howest student studying industrial product design with his actual American counterpart who came to study with us last year. Okay, we are already having technical difficulties. This is not good. Let me stop presenting and start over. I don't know why that is happening. One moment. Sorry about that, folks. But it is not advancing. Yes, here we go. Let me know if you don't see this on your screen. So I am Sarah Markwich, and I am the international coordinator for Howest Kortrijk. We also have a campus in Bruges, and my colleague there is Anne Hugebeer, who would help you if you plan to study any of our study programs in Bruges. You can always contact me by email if you have questions. I will answer as fast as possible and help you navigate your way to Howest and to Belgium. So we started to get to know Stout not too long ago, actually, at an educational fair in Washington, D.C., but we realized very quickly that we had a lot in common, and because of that, we did exchanges with some of our staff already. So we had a few teachers and deans from Stout come to Howest, especially to visit our digital arts and entertainment program, which is focused on game development, and to visit our Divine program, which is about digital media and design and development. So not only did we meet in person to compare things on paper, we actually all visited each other's campuses and got the real feeling that this could be a great connection and open a lot of doors for students such as yourselves. So we hope you too will come to Howest and see what a good match it is for your study programs at Stout. So what are the possibilities for you? We have a lot in common, and you can see the list here. To begin, we're going to focus more on exchanges in the game design and development area, in the industrial product design area, in computer sciences, but we have a whole lot more study programs in common with each other. So there are a lot of possibilities, and we welcome you to ask us any questions about any of these programs that we have in common. And you can learn more about us through this video. So from that video, I hope you could see our different campuses. We're a very hands-on University of Applied Sciences, and we have a lot of sort of lab setups, maker spaces, 3D printing, lots of places to get your hands dirty and to try things out. We do a lot of group work. And this was another thing that we noticed when our colleagues were exchanging information about our different schools and different offers, that we have a lot in common. At one moment, we saw a video of the game development and design program at Stout, and it was as if we were looking at our own campus. And the teacher from that study program from Stout had the same feeling when they visited our campus. So again, I really can focus here on the good match, and we've done our research and homework on that. So again, for those of you from Stout interested in coming to Howest, right now we're focusing on the digital arts and entertainment courses. So you see we have 3D production and VFX, 3D animation, games graphics production, game development, independent game production, and sound design. We also have the digital design and development program called Divine. In computer science, we have cybersecurity. We also have a semester in AI. So I think you'll definitely find something that interests you. This is a lot of text on one page. I won't go through it in detail, but you can definitely look at our website and find this page on which you can see the various English taught semesters that you can take part in if you come to Howest. So you see on this page 16 English taught semesters available in the fall and 6 available in the spring. You can also see if they're available in Bruges or in Kortrijk. Both cities have wonderful things to offer and are very different and are very close to each other, in fact. At the bottom of this very busy page, you can see links to our digital arts and entertainment, our Divine, and our cybersecurity info, because we have those as English taught bachelor programs. So you can also sort of look around and choose out of more courses rather than just a set English taught semester. So Howest in a nutshell, well, we're small. We're about the same size, I think, as your school is, about 8,000 students. Right now we have 24 bachelor programs, other associate degrees, and also a master program. We have about 800 employees, and we're very field focused. All of our students go through internships in their last semester, and we work very closely with the fields. We have lots of guest speakers, people who are really doing the work, who come in and teach our students about the reality of the work field. So that's a very special thing at Howest, I think. Where are we? Well, hopefully you already know that we're in Belgium. We're in the heart of Europe. We are very near to France and to the Netherlands and to the UK across the water and many other places in Europe. And it's easy to get around by bus, by train, by plane. Of course, now with Corona, it's a little bit different, but Belgium itself has really a lot to offer. We have beautiful cities, like I said, Bruges. We have Antwerp, we have Brussels, we have the Ardennes, so many beautiful things to see. And about 20 minutes away from Kortrijk, we have Lille, which is a huge city in France, and you can get to Paris in 1 hour by train there. So it's a really fantastic location that can bring you to many places if Corona allows it, which by the time you get here will be a little bit more free to travel, I'm sure. I have a lot of videos here, but I'm not going to go through them because they'll take too much time, but I will make sure that this presentation can be shared with you, and you can also find things via our website. We are very strong in creative courses, as I mentioned, and here you have an overview of some of those specific creative-oriented courses, including industrial product design. You'll hear from one of our students from industrial product design in a second, so she can take you a little bit through that. But as I said, and can't mention enough, we get our hands dirty. We're very hands-on, and I think if you come to Howest, you'll find that you're constantly busy with students working on projects together, doing multidisciplinary work, and going to companies and seeing how the field works. We're in Bruges, absolutely gorgeous city. Maybe you've seen the movie In Bruges. If not, you should watch it just for the scenery alone. Everything is just a train ride away here and a short train ride away. It's cheap to get around and it's worth visiting. We also have our campuses in Kortrijk. It's a UNESCO Creative City, very focused on design, small enough to just enjoy the coziness, but close enough to everything big that, you don't feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. It feels like a nice small city. A little special thing about Howest is that for our digital arts and entertainment program, we have been chosen several years in a row as the best game development program in the world by the rookies. So we're pretty proud of that. I won't show you the video now, but we have plenty of showcases from our digital arts and entertainment students. We're in the middle of doing a series on game for thought. For example, this coming Thursday, if you're interested, please do join. It's open to everybody. It's in English. The focus will be on games and addiction. So we take themes, we take experts in the field, we get student opinions, and every month we have some major debate about some important, mostly ethical topic related to the game design and development field. So feel free to join us to get a taste for what we have to offer in the gaming field. Another video, which I'll let you watch yourself, but we have these very special buildings that you can see here. This is for digital arts and entertainment. We have these kind of Harry Potter stairs, very open spaces, nice places to study and to work. You'll be able to watch a video that will show you the work of our Divine students, who are the design and programming students who get into the communication advertising field very often and always seem to find jobs. We don't want to watch that. Then we have also a show reel by the students, so you can see what the kind of things you would be busy with if you were studying that. And we have other campuses, other cool campuses. Again, in this print screen, you can see it's very industrial and places to do a lot of active work in. You can also look at our design campus through these videos and this presentation. And you have links to all of our campuses if you want to see where you would be studying. But don't trust me, trust our students. You can click into our website and find testimonials from many of our students who really had a great time studying here. You're in a very international environment, but you also have a lot of contact with the local students. So you get the best of both worlds, I think. So, as I said, I am Sarah Markwich, and you can always contact me for any information that you need. So thank you for listening, and let me stop sharing my screen. And here we are. Thank you for listening. So, Emily, are you there? Hi there. You can turn on your microphone. Yes. So let me just ask you, did I tell the truth in my presentation? Did you hear my presentation? Did it work?
I heard all of it, yeah.
Okay.
Especially, I think the accessibility between different cities, it's very easy to take a train or a bus. So I really want to amplify that's a great thing about Belgium and Europe, that even though you're in small little Belgium, you can get easy to the rest of Europe. Yeah.
And I think that is important. I mean, when you go abroad, you go for the courses, of course, and you want to finish your study program, but you're coming abroad to see places. And don't let Corona stop you, because I think, Emily, also, you said yourself, you're at Stout now and having maybe an unusual experience, maybe not what you had thought. If you'd go to America, you probably would like to travel more. But what we keep hearing from students who are coming anyway from Europe, etc., is that it's still worth it because they make friends for life, they learn different methods, they learn about themselves, and they do get the students who come here right now, they do get to explore Kortrijk, Bruges, all the cities around here. So it is maybe regretful to not be able to go to Paris or Amsterdam right now. But I think by the time students come here next fall or spring or a year after, I think we'll have a lot more possibilities thanks to the vaccination and everything. So, but Amelie, can you tell the students who will watch this a little bit about industrial product design? What would, why should students come all the way to Howest to study that program?
So my big motivation to study here was to get a different point of view of the design world and to learn more from others and learn a different way of designing. Also, I think the language is very a big plus point, that it's very nice to have this, like you learned, we already have a lot of terms in English in Belgium, and we also had some classes in English because of international students. So it's already very international orientated, and now to get this extra level of English to take into my career is very nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's great. I'm glad that you made that choice and that you had the opportunity to go abroad. But so what about students coming from Stout to Howest? Like what do you notice is different that they might get from Howest that they don't get from Stout, and also similarities?
I think here the first thing that I noticed was there is a lot more homework. First of all, I think in Belgium, the later you go into your program, the more independent you get, the more they let you free and make you develop on your own, which I like a lot. So you become really independent on making products, and especially the full development of product design. But I also like that here you get guided into every aspect, and you get a really close follow-up of everything, and they guide you into everything very well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I think definitely going to another school, you have the similarities and you have the complementary thing. So it's great to go abroad and to see a different way to do things, like you said. I think you described it well. What about Kortrijk and Bruges? Like, are they places like you think students, I mean, I know that students appreciate these places, but don't necessarily realize it to begin, especially coming from maybe bigger cities elsewhere, but sell your cities now and your country.
Yeah. So I think they would really, really love Kortrijk and Bruges because of only the buildings and the architecture there. It's so beautiful, and you feel in a warm, cozy city. That takes you around. I think they would really love this because here the buildings are all like much more lower, further apart. That's a big thing I noticed. The streets are way wider. You get a more open view, and then in Belgium it's all close to each other. It's all like more cozy, and yeah, I think they would really like it.
Mm-hmm. This is maybe a strange question, which I don't know if I can even ask it, but I did last time, so I will again. Is it strange for you? I don't know if are you older than 21 or younger than 21?
No, I'm still 20.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is it strange to you to not be able to drink alcohol? Because in Belgium, you are allowed to drink alcohol earlier. And I know that's something we hear from students who come here and students who go to the States, that this is one of the major differences to get used to.
Yeah.
Oh, you have company.
Yeah, sorry, my roommate.
No problem.
So the thing is, because of COVID, not a lot of parties are no parties are going. So I don't really get a real. It doesn't really matter to me that I can't drink because it's not that big of a thing that goes around daily. I just hang around with some friends and. We watch some movies, we get some snacks, and that's more than enough. I'm glad that I got the experiences, and I really don't bother. No.
Sure. No, it's not a bother or something to miss, but I know that for some students, it's something a little bit to look forward to just because it's different. It's just that's the different cultures and stuff. But is student life thriving in Belgium? And I think you're having like the same experience as students all over the world right now because of COVID Netflix and hanging out and stuff. But under normal circumstances, do you think students coming from Stout and from America will have a good student life experience in Kortrijk and Bruges and at Howest?
Yeah, definitely. I live an hour away from Kortrijk, and I always took the train back and forward. And even with not being on campus all the time, like not having living in a dorm room, I still had a lot of experiences and like the student life and hang out with friends, even if it was in a different city, and going back and forth. Yeah, I think they would definitely have a lot of experiences.
Mm-hmm. So you would recommend Howest to students from Stout?
Yeah. Something else I wanted to say that is a similarity between Howest and UW-Stout is the teachers. They're both very helping, encouraging, and they understand the situation, and I feel they're very friendly on both schools, and I love that about it. It's also very hands-on. Yeah, it's great.
That's great. And may I ask, so at Howest, for every incoming international student, and especially ones from overseas and abroad, we assign a local buddy so that the student feels welcome and has someone they can contact with any practical questions or other questions, and someone who will meet them for maybe a coffee or a beer sometimes, and also get them, confident in navigating Howest and Belgium. Do you have a similar setup there?
So we had to do quarantine for 2 weeks, and Danielle, she's the person from International Student Office. She guided us through very well. She helped us with everything. She set up meetings during quarantine to make it a bit more interesting. And I think at Howest with a buddy, it's more one-on-one, so more personal. But I think they're both very a good experience to be welcomed in the country.
Yeah, I think probably as schools we both do a very good job at helping students to settle in, especially for every student, but if you come from far, we're going to pay attention to certain things that you might miss from your own country or that you're used to and stuff. And for the students at Stout, I just want to say I was born and raised in New York, and I come from America. And 27 years ago, I did an exchange in the Netherlands and in Denmark. And on the first day of my exchange program, I met my Belgian husband, and that's how I ended up here in Belgium. So I have lived here now because I'll be 50 this year. Half of my life, 25 years of my life, I have lived in Belgium and 25 years in America. So my story was kind of rewritten thanks to my study abroad. And I always warn students who are going abroad about those kinds of things. But that's what makes life interesting. You never know what's going to happen. So studying abroad opens all sorts of doors. It gives you, friends for life and friends who are in your same study fields. So for me, I know I still keep in touch on a friendship level, but also on a work level with those who I studied with 25 years ago, because they're my journalism friends all over the world who I can ask to do presentations for my students, etc. So you build up this incredible network. You maybe fall in love and get married. You maybe have an Erasmus baby like I did eventually. And life gets very exciting, I think, from going abroad. So I would just invite every student who sees this to contact Howest, contact me, contact Amelie, and our other student Elaine, who is studying at Stout this semester, and we will welcome you very much, and we really look forward to having Stout students study at Howest. So thank you, Amelie, for joining. Thank you, Pamela, for hosting, and thank you in advance to students who watch this and who will get interested in coming to Howest. I can't wait to meet you in person one day.
Thank you. That was wonderful. And I see a lot of similarities as well. Looks like a great partnership. So
thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for the information and for being here today. I will stop the recording now, and I hope lots of students have a chance to see this.
Yeah.